Good afternoon, Thursday. It's been a while. I feel like I got cold feet coming back into this. No reason for me not to have any videos for basically the past 2 weeks other than diecast being dry and clawing our way out of a hole. Well, not a hole, but not a hole. Just we were just a little on the tight side. But I got orientation on Monday, a virtual orientation. So everything's moving optimistic and in the right direction. I just wish that I was working sooner rather than later, but we're getting there. Anyway, I'm back. And I got quite a few cars here to go over. And one that I found at Walgreens, which is a Hot Wheel that actually this was the only one out of the set that I was really looking for, and I finally found it, and I can see why now that it was hard to get a hold of, and it's part of the 53rd anniversary set. I did not like the color scheme on the 64 Chevelle SS. But the good thing about Hot Wheels is they're easy to take apart and easy to strip down and repaint. So I done that with a couple of the trucks, the custom trucks, and I just got another Chevelle from our good friend Mike Dyson, Mike Guyver, and he gifted that Chevelle to me, and I cannot wait to get a custom going on for that one. I'm gonna have fun with that. But sorry, I managed to wander off topic when I start on something, and it turns into something completely different. So I think we'll start off with that one first. Actually, it's like I said, it's a Hot Wheel, and this is what it is. It's the custom Cadillac Fleetwood. Yeah, really got to move it back there to get it in the camera. So I'll just take that out and spin this little puppy on the table for a few go-arounds. I honestly have not really seen that many people show this car. To be honest with you, I don't think I've seen anybody show this car. Unless I've missed it, and if I did, I apologize. I always try to open these in such a way that they can be resealed. If I'm not like being extremely careful with the packaging to the point where I don't want to rip anything, but this is all right because I know it'll seal back up again if I want to use glue. But this is honestly about the only casting in this one that this is light too. There's so much plastic around it, there's hardly any metal on it. But beyond that, it's still a very cool car. And this is a custom Cadillac Fleetwood. And if you happen to notice, I'll try to zoom in there. Well, not try, I mean I can. If you happen to look on the passenger side there, it's got a fiberglass canopy over top. I guess that makes it a little bit more aerodynamic. So I can't imagine just driving that in, like, say, for me, example, in a big city would be, for me, it would be Philadelphia. So I could just imagine trying to drive through one-way streets, trying to turn down a one-way street with cars parked on both sides, or at least on one side on these narrow streets, and then put on top of that some of these buildings are actually restaurants, or they're getting some kind of delivery or getting ready to make a delivery, so they got trucks that are parked along the side as well. I mean, I'm just having visions of trying to navigate this thing through the streets of Philadelphia, and it's just, nah, that ain't happening. You might as well just get out, leave the keys in it, and just go for a walk, because that car ain't going anywhere. That's a huge car. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure there has been real customs done of this particular model, if you will. But yeah, that's the custom Fleetwood from the 53rd anniversary set. And I just happened to stumble upon it at a Walgreens. It was either Walgreens or CVS, one of the two. Alright, so up next I have this muscle machine. And I know some of you don't really collect them or are not too fond of the cartoonish look of the muscle machines. That's okay. Different strokes, different folks, whatever. So what I have is number 12 in this series. And this is series 2. And if I'm not mistaken, that has the Shelby Daytona Coupe. And what I have here is the 70 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. And there it goes, rolling off the table, because I can't just put stuff down without knocking everything over. Maybe I should just hold off on the damn stand to begin with. Wow, see what happens when you don't do a video for 2 weeks? I'm like a mental case here. Actually, put it on. I don't know. Just something about that. OCD, I guess. It has to be, prefer it to be on the driver's side where Memphis resides, on the ground. Don't mind me. Just making an ass out of myself in typical fashion on video here. So that is, like I said, number 12 in the series. And it is the Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, which is the station wagon version of the 442. As far as like the paintwork and the tampos go, I don't know if this had a high performance package or not, but it looked the part anyway. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you look at the front of that, and if you don't see the sides or the top, you're thinking right away, oh yeah, that's a 442 right there. But even so, it's still a cool looking wagon. I'm not crazy about a lot of wagons, but I do like the Amazon 220, which if I'm remembering correctly, I believe that's a Volvo. Alright, so there we have the 442. Or not the 442, the Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. Man, I feel like I should just delete this video and start over again, but I just don't have it in me to start over. I'm sure you guys can understand or appreciate where I'm coming from, and I apologize. What do you think of that Cadillac? Has anyone else gotten the Cadillac? Do you like the Cadillac? What are your thoughts on that? Personally, I really did like it. Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. So I did get the Johnny Lightning Yanko series, version A. I did like the color of the Vegas Stinger on the version 2, but I also like the version B, but I also like version A. And here we have on deck a 67 Camaro, and it's a Yanko, obviously, because I just said that that's why I picked this up. This did have white lines on it, and I had to flip the tires around because for whatever reason, Greenlight just has Johnny Lightning has a really hard time getting their white lines straight, or not straight, but it just looks like it's an odd shape on the wheel. Instead of a circle following the lines of the tire, they just completely miss spots, and it looks like a football surrounding a wheel. Just the shape of the white lines on it's just really bad. But anyway, here's the dark blue 67 Camaro. This is an SS. And it's a very, very mild looking Yanko. I mean, it looks almost super sport stock, for a lack of a better term. I do like the Rally Sport rims on this one. It's got some good badging on it, definitely. I like that it's a hard top and not a vinyl top. I've been seeing a lot of vinyl top come from Greenlight lately. Or I keep saying Greenlight, Johnny Lightning. Excuse me. Get back on the topic of the white lines on the tires. Even Greenlight misses the mark on their lines. They're all over the place. So I got to reverse some of the tires on them as well. Even though they're correct with what they're showing with the white lines on the tires, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look right. I'm gonna reverse it, flip the tires around because it looks so goofy. Some people aren't too crazy about the color of the interior on this, but I happen to like it. It's like a light blue or electric light blue kind of color. It's really hard to see in there. It's like a pale blue, almost like gray. But what's really cool is it has a wood steering wheel, wood grain steering wheel, which is really cool. And the hood does open, but I'm not gonna open it. I mean, there, it's open. Alright, so up next I have this, from the same set, is a 72 Chevy Vega Stinger. And it's in green. This is really cool looking. So this is the Stinger wagon, the Vega 72. I think of 1972 as like the final hurrah for the muscle car era, as things started changing once the new decade hit, 1970s. The government had to get their dirty little claws in to the meat and guts of what was going on in Detroit with the muscle car scene, and the government basically put a stop to it and put all kinds of regulations on the engines and whatnot. They were saying for emission purposes. But it was really just to put a squash on the performance end. Fortunately, the Corvette survived. The Challenger survived until I forget what year they survived until. But the Corvette kept going, but they slowly made a transition from muscle car to luxury sports car. Not luxury, but they just lost the muscle car badging in the late 70s, early 80s. It just became a sports car, which is nothing wrong with that. They still maintain their high performance, but not all the cars were able to do that, and the companies weren't willing to make expensive sacrifices for something that wasn't really equipped at the time to take on such a massive overhaul and keep up with what the government was doing with the engines to try to keep the engines on top with their performance. It just became more economical to just drop the muscle car scene. And Pontiac, they made it. They kept rolling with the Firebird and the Trans Am, and Chevy, obviously, but like I said, with the Corvette and the Camaro, and Ford had their Mustang. But a lot of these cars just went by the wayside once I say like the final hurrah in 1972, because everything just started to just fade away at that point. So up next I have here this set of 4 cars from Greenlight, and I've really been thinking about Greenlight a lot lately, and I've come to realize I've been collecting for about a year now, What I have here is the Maryland State Police from 1921 to 2021, so it's their 100th anniversary. Maryland State Police. This is just a cool car in general. It's an ugly green. It's a very ugly green, but the color combo works so well, and the livery on it is just, it's perfect, and it just suits this car fine. I kept getting drawn to it, and it was I'm not sure why, but it was a peg warmer, and I kept noticing it on more and more channels. So I was like, next time I go to Hobby Lobby, if it's still on the pegs, I gotta jump on it. So fortunately, it was still there, and I just had to jump on this one. This is a really cool Ford Custom 67. For those of you that are heavily into collecting the hot pursuits and police cars in general, I'm sure this is one that you would want in your collection if you don't already have it. Me, I'm just like a modest police car collector. It's more for if it's a Hollywood series, does the police car belong in that series? I'll go for it. But I'm traditionally not all about getting all the police cars or trying to collect them all. If they catch my eye, then yeah, of course I'm going to go for it. And like I did with this one, it's just too cool not to have. I see that Greenlight has the PA State Troopers out now. The new color scheme. They're dark gray. They're not the white with the black stripe anymore. They're just like a menacing dark gray, and it says police on large reflective lettering on the livery on the sides of the state police cars. I don't know if anybody else has seen them or not. I haven't seen them on the pegs anywhere, and there's like a couple on eBay, but the guy wants a little too much for them. I mean, $20, come on. People gotta be such dickheads when they sell stuff on eBay, and they overprice shit. I mean, you get one car that some guy is trying to sell for, he's trying to be reasonable and respectful of the collectors and trying to sell it for a reasonable price, but still make a bit of a profit. I mean, isn't that the whole point of selling stuff online, is you just want to make a bit of a profit? I'm not about hosing anybody over when I sell stuff. That's not what I'm all about. So up here we have a 67 Morris Mini Cooper S. And this is from the Greenlight series vintage ad cars. It's series 5. And there's really no difference between the Morris and the I am drawing a complete blank. I'm having brain fog here. There's the Morris, and it'll come to me. BMW. God, this is anyway. This is another Greenlight, and I've been thinking about Greenlights a lot lately, and I've come to realize over the past year that Greenlight is a very user-friendly collector piece. No matter what you're going for, it's a very user-friendly or collector-friendly diecast, especially for people that are just coming in or seasoned collectors, because they offer such a wide variety, and they're just a real fun brand, and they have so much out there You want to talk about a car company that's got their hands in almost every single diecast you could think of, it would be Greenlight. M2, they don't really branch out very much. They stick with a main core group of cars that they constantly do over and over and over and over. I don't know how many times you can get the same M2 cars but with different livery on them. And it's funny, the livery makes all the difference on whether you want that car or set, hauler set or what, based on the livery on it. Some of them will just sit stale, while others like Moon Eyes will go on, and they will be the ones that people are going to want. So, of course, they're the ones that people sell on eBay for the most money. But my point is that M2 is they limit themselves to what their availability is. And up next I have here, for Greenlight, they really branch out. They make it a point to get as much in as they can. And I've been looking at my collection, and I gotta say that the majority of my collection is Greenlight. What I have here is a 2021 Bronco two-door, and it's VIN number 001, and it's in a electric light blue like the Camaro, the interior. And it has a removable vinyl roof, much like that of a Jeep. I'll put that on the passenger side. This is the 50th anniversary Barrett-Jackson. And this is from Series 8 in the Barrett-Jackson collection. And this was sold for $1,075,000 at the Scottsdale auction. Wow, that's a pretty heavy price to pay. So this is the new Bronco model, and as you can see here, it comes with reinforced tube bumpers and a winch. I believe you can get these items through Ford as add-ons, which of course the dealership will just rip you a new ass if you buy anything from them. But if you're trying to keep, if you're financing it and you don't, or you're leasing it with the option to own, you might want to consider where you're getting your parts from and what you're willing to put out on it. But if you're only leasing it, why would you bother going through all that if you're just going to turn it in? But anyway, this is the 2021 Bronco, and this is the two-door. This is the full size that everybody's kind of like gaga over. I gotta be honest, I really like the Bronco, the full size Bronco. It's really nice. And that leads me up to the next Greenlight. Again, here we go. How many? This is the fourth one, and it's part of Greenlight. My point is that they have their hands in so many different varieties and types of vehicles. They're not pigeonholed into one type of style or limiting themselves to only a few different castings. They really branch out, and they're not afraid to go all forward with what they're doing. And what I have here is a new series that they have come out with. It's called the Great Outdoors. And what I have here is the Bronco Sport, and it's a 2021. I really appreciate what Greenlight is doing and what they've done over since I've been collecting in the past year. That says a lot about the company, and their brand works on so many levels. It's great for seasoned collectors. It works well for somebody that's just breaking into the collecting. It's still relatively inexpensive, and like I said, it's very friendly to the diecast community in general. It doesn't target a specific collector. They try to hit everybody, and they're very detailed with the models. They're not extremely detailed like a Tarmac, but you're not paying a Tarmac price. But what you're getting is quality across the boards for the most part. In the past year, the QC on Greenlight, for me anyway, from what I've collected and what I've seen, has been far less than any of the other brands, excluding Mini GT. I can't really compare that car to anything. They're just in a category all their own, because that's just another, to me, another brand that is diecast friendly across the boards. It is a bit more of a premium brand, but you're paying a bit more to get a bit more of that quality. And I've only come across one issue with their quality control, and it was a spoiler on my red C8 with the Mini GT. That was the only quality control issue I had. And then there's M2. I don't even have to go there, because I know you all know what the deal is with M2. They need to hire somebody more people responsible for making sure that the quality that's going out the door is what we're expecting and what we're paying for, not the shit that they sadly let go out the door. It doesn't bode too well with the community, because as much as their brand is liked, it's a love-hate relationship, because they just can't get out of their own way and improve upon their quality control issues. And that leads me to Greenlight. And I've noticed the only complaint I've ever really had with a Greenlight is really the tires, and occasionally a stiff hood if it has opening features. Outside of that, really, I've had no issues with anything Greenlight. I've had no problems with tires not fitting properly, or wheels not turning correctly. I really have not had any issues like that. And they've been putting more and more, well, not more and more, but they've been adding more detail to their vehicles, I've noticed, within the past year. And that's just in a year. And I believe that they listen to their customers, and they try to provide the customer with what they want for the price that they're paying. And again, it's Greenlight. You're getting a very user-friendly, diecast-friendly vehicle for the price point, and you're getting a lot for what you're paying for. Some people may disagree with me, but I'm only going by purchasing at Hobby Lobby or Target, as opposed to purchasing online, which can be a bit of a hassle there in itself, because you got to deal with the scalpers that create a whole nother problem with the diecast community in of itself. And because of them, they actually raise up the prices of other things as well, because people are trying to compete with them, and it's a whole ugly mess. But Greenlight maintains that reliability and functioning features and pleasing to the eye aesthetically. Greenlight just they found a very great balance of all of that, and they managed to keep the price relatively inexpensive for what you're getting. Again, I am a very big fan of Greenlight. They have such a vast variety of vehicles. Just four that I've shown you. Look how vastly different each one was, and the last four were all Greenlights. And that reminds me that this is the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport, and like I said, this is a new series called the Great Outdoors. Sorry, you're seeing it upside down. How about sideways there? Anyway, this is Series 1, and in this series, there is a 64 Volkswagen Samba bus. Now keep in mind, each one of these has a pop-up tent, or a tent that you can attach to the roof. Or if it's a truck pickup, it will be in the bed, which is the case with the Gladiator. It also has a 69 Plymouth Satellite station wagon. We're going back to the Brady's station wagon. So there's that, and then there's an 84 GMC Sierra Classic, a 2020 Jeep Gladiator, a 2021 Chevy Tahoe Z71, and this one here, the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. That's a really cool new series that they're coming out with. I enjoy this, and it's like I said, this is only about $1 more than what the regular car would be, because you're getting some extra features, but still, I don't think it's that bad for what you're getting. I don't think the price point is that far off from, and they keep it relatively inexpensive for the most part. I have never really gone into a Hobby Lobby and paid a high price. I noticed Johnny Lightning's, their prices have been creeping up. Auto World, they're still relatively the same price as well, but Greenlight, they haven't really budged on their price points. They've been pretty much consistent. So you can't blame Hobby Lobby for that. But of course, then again, we go back to everybody sells something to make a profit. It just depends upon how much that business is willing or wanting a profit on, and they can see where they're going to make a profit. They're going to start charging a premium price for the product that they're putting out the door. But fortunately, Hobby Lobby hasn't really jumped on that one too much. But I've also noticed that, again, I've only been collecting for about a year, and in that year's time, I've noticed a lot more collecting has been going on since I've joined the diecast community. So there's that to contend with also. but I guess in general, for somebody that's just breaking into the collecting, I would say that Greenlight is the most diecast friendly brand out there, and that goes without, like, for someone who's just mainly into collecting premium brands with ultimate detail, which I appreciate those type of diecasts as well, but my wallet says otherwise, so I don't have that many in my collection. Which brings me back to Greenlight, where you're getting quality and all of these extra features for a relatively inexpensive price. To me, that's good on Greenlight, and I hope they continue with this state of mind that they have with keeping current and going above and beyond and thinking outside the box, but still not busting the consumer's wallet in the process. I got to give Greenlight a lot of credit for that, and if I can push Greenlight, I will definitely do that, because I believe in this brand and what they've accomplished. And you go to any store and just without putting too much effort into it, you're gonna find wherever there's diecast, you're gonna most likely find a Greenlight. It's or Johnny Lightning, and an Auto World. It's just not so much Auto Worlds for some reason, and Johnny Lightnings for that matter. Greenlight seems to be the one that you'll find more often than not, along with the other brands, like Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Muscle Machines, Jada, which is part of Muscle Machines. Anyway, how cool is this? And having Memphis on there makes it look even that much more fun to look at. I'm enjoying this. I've been on here for almost 45 minutes now. I know there's going to be a lot of fast forwarding, and I apologize for the long time that I've been on, but it's been a while, so I guess I'm trying to get reorganized and back into the swing of things. So I apologize for the lengthy video, and for what I had to show. But anyway, in the comments, let me know what you guys think of the Cadillac, the Hot Wheel that I showed, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on Greenlight. David at Twice Diecast has pointed out that they are now starting to branch out into the truck stops. So the next time you head into a truck stop, at least in the Midwest to the South, truck stops down that way, like Louisiana and Alabama, Georgia, those type of area, states. Almost said something I didn't want to say there. It kind of just slipped out. Anyway, David from Twice Diecast had pointed out that that Greenlight is branching out into the truck stops now, where they actually have their own little display case or end caps or whatever it may be. Greenlight they're really branching out. They're making a lot of noise without hurting the consumer. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think of Greenlight and the Fleetwood, the Hot Wheels custom Fleetwood. I'm curious. So anyway, you've been watching a whole lot of Zepp channel, a whole lot of Zepp Diecast channel, and I'm Rick. It's been a pleasure to be back on. I apologize for this lengthy video again. I don't blame anybody for fast forwarding or saying, I think I'll pass on this one. It's too long-winded. I get it.
But I'll be back on more often. I haven't shut M Tuesday down. And just like I said, diecast has been kind of stale, so I don't want to just keep showing the same stuff over and over again. That's not fair to you guys. I mean, everybody wants to see some new stuff, so I try to provide that and that entertainment, or give you some quality information that you may not have known about the diecast or whatever. But again, I'm Rick. You've been watching a whole lot of Zepp Diecast channel, and you guys stay safe, stay healthy, look out for one another, and I will catch you on my next video. Take care.